Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Special Parenting for Special Children. And really, special parenting, we're all special. Special children, all the kids are special. But when you've got those special challenges, either because of your weaknesses or their weaknesses or whatever it is, chemistry, you really need to pull out all the stops and find the very, very best strategies you possibly can. Becomes a really, really urgent issue. So we're going to take a look at parenting styles. The style of the jellyfish, the style of the brick wall, and see where that leads us. And I'm going to start off by making a disclosure. A bit painful for me, but for many of my kids, I mean, I was blessed with quite a few. For several of my children, I could say I was a flop of a father. I really didn't make the grade. And I didn't know better. There's many reasons, there's many excuses. Well, I want to put something on the positive side here. I mean, the kids had their doctor's visits and they went to the dentist and they had their clothes and their school bag and they went to private schools and there were carpools and they were taken care of and there was a bedtime and they had their extracurricular activities and they had their friends and they had their play dates. And we did all the checklist items. Things were done and done and done and done. And we really did our best. Stories and bedtime. In many ways, I was exemplary, but in one way, I wasn't so exemplary. I was not emotionally available for my kids. It was, what do I have to do? What's the next thing to do? And it's do and do and do. But to actually to connect with them, to understand how they think, why they think, what they think, to play with them, to be curious and compassionate about them, to draw out of them what are their beliefs and fears and loves and joys, to be a magnet to bring them close to me in order so that we can share and develop values together, be a cheerleader, a support. That wasn't my parenting style. I was really, really busy doing all kinds of things to put bread on the table, community projects, all kinds of stuff. When I came home, I wanted peace of mind. I wanted a little bit of a stable environment and like anybody, square meal, let me relax a little bit because tomorrow I've got to slay some more dragons. That's not what I got. I came home and often, as there is with children, I got pandemonium. And as soon as I walked in the door, no matter how often I would pray for peace of mind and calm in my own head, when I walked through the door, I would see a pile of coats there and I would declare World War III. And the kids would scamper and scatter. It was like, oh no, Dad's home. And I couldn't see it. I couldn't see the problem. And then everything that had to happen, whether it was bath or bedtime or this or that, whenever I got a push back, I pushed back. And when I pushed back and they pushed back, basically that just kept on going. So, brick wall. Brick wall parenting doesn't get you very far. Thank God I married a wonderful woman who is sweet and creative and kind and compassionate and just full of love. However, when it came to confrontation, her style was the opposite. Instead of pushing back, when a child would confront, she was the peacemaker and she would evade and avoid. So my wife was a bit of a jellyfish, I was a bit of a brick wall, and our kids didn't get the third picture, the third parameter. And that's really, really a shame because what kids need more than anything else is another kind of parenting. Not this, not that. Parenting expert Barbara Coloroso calls this backbone parenting. And she really sums it up. There's three styles. And I'm going to just read you some bullet points over here. Who is the brick wall parent? What is authoritarian parenting? What does that look like? Parents demand absolute obedience. Parents control their children, no discussion. Children are afraid of being punished. There's an emotional distance between parents and children. What happens later? Parents may rebel. Drugs, alcohol, sexual activity. This is a way of getting back at parents. That's so much for the authoritarian parent. Well, that doesn't work. What about the permissive parent? The jellyfish. Parents that don't set rules for their children that are consistent. Children do what they want. Children are confused because no one cares enough to establish those guidelines. Children feel insecure. They may look for escape. They may try to find a sense of belonging through other things which are not so healthy for them. The third pillar, the way that really works, says Barbara Coloroso, and I really agree, is authoritative parenting, backbone parenting. Parents that not only care about their child's behavior, they care enough to establish rules, to enforce consequences, and the children are involved in decision-making, but parents are the final authority. The children understand the rules. They're more willing to accept the rules. Parents change the rules as children become more responsible. Parents teach children how to think, not what to think. So it's easier said than done, this authoritative parenting thing. So if you're a jellyfish or you're a brick wall and you're having trouble finding your authoritative space, so here's an exercise for the week. Find an ally, a parenting ally, another parent that you can trust, somebody you could talk to openly, and think out loud together, reflecting on your parenting style. Which parenting style is yours? So if you're a jellyfish, what is it you're afraid of? Is it the negative reactions from your children? Are you afraid of failing? You've got to lean in and tackle this. Find that child at a quiet moment, get their attention calmly, quietly, briefly state your concern. Wait for a response. Listen to it. Don't run away. That's how you lean in. No matter what the response is, don't overreact. Don't debate. You can keep up the conversation or politely exit the conversation at that point. In either case, that was a parenting victory, regardless of the immediate reaction or outcome. What about the brick wall? Why are you a brick wall? What are you being triggered over? Why are you getting angry? Do you think it's going to help? What are you afraid of? You're going to lose control? You're going to be a failure? Lean into your anger this week and confront it in the face. Instead of confronting your child, confront your own anger. Ask your anger if it's helpful and appropriate or harmful and dysfunctional. Try that each day. Once you've tamed your anger, you can enter the family circle again, but this time with a calm and pleasant tone of voice. Make a point of connecting with your child in a positive way. Only after that, see about addressing the mess or the homework or whatever it is that's bothering you. The bottom line is to connect with that child, let them know what you're thinking, what your concern is, hear what they've got to say, and making that connection and being calm about it, that makes all the difference. Because then you'll find 100 ways to deal with the coats on the floor or whatever your concern is. Good luck with your homework. See you again next week. Take care.